You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 19th meeting for the Michigan City Urban Enterprise Association. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, we'll call the Monday, May 19th, 2025 Board of Directors for the Michigan City Urban Enterprise meeting to order. I'll start off with the roll call. Nick Pollard.
Present. DeMarcus Briscoe.
DeMarcus Briscoe.
Present.
Bruce.
Here.
Dakota.
Here.
Jim. Here. Antonio Connolly. Here. Ms. Willis.
Here.
Councilman Nelson.
Here.
Chair is present. We have a quorum. We'll go down next to approval of minutes for April 21st, 2025.
I haven't even done yet. I'll get them done.
Do I have a motion to table the April?
Yeah, motion to table the approval of the minutes to the next meeting.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll go down to the executive assistant report. I'll turn the floor over to Executive Assistant Commissioner Williams.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so in the packets, you'll see a invoice from from Barrel House. You guys caught me off guard. I didn't know it was gonna be my turn so quickly. So we're working on the business seminar event, and like I said, I attached the invoice. If you guys could kind of look that over, possibly give a budget so that I can just kind of, keep everything going without having to wait for each monthly meeting, because we are planning to do the business seminar by July 16th. And then...
Is this everything you picked out, or is this just the whole menu of everything that's available?
So yes, that's just everything that's available. I didn't pick any extras. We are also looking to possibly have a separate cater to save, it's really expensive from there. There's a lot more affordable options. So we're still waiting for that, but like I said, if you guys can at least approve a budget, then I'll at least know how I can move forward with that.
I have a comment on this, if it's in order or out of order.
Go ahead.
So I like the idea to doing a brunch there, because it's a very nice place, and we always go to, I forget the other place for every function, it's right there by the train station.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's nice to provide business for other entrepreneurs in the community. However, I do know Rob Hart, who has an ownership interest in this, and I would volunteer to meet with Rob and try to persuade him to move the price down for our benefit, considering our status. I'm happy to volunteer on that, happy to anybody participate with me, open to comments.
I'll participate with you.
I'll go too. I love Rob. He's pretty dope.
She's like, we have a lot of volunteers.
Okay.
Everybody loves Rob.
Should we still make a motion not to exceed, and then if we can get the price down, then we're still covered, or that way?
My only question, are we making a do not exceed for the whole event or just for the venue?
I would like for the whole event. FYI.
I'm thinking we just have that discussion after we have these two folks in there. See, there's an update for Burns project, so I think we can make those motions at that time.
I jumped the agenda, my mistake.
Anything else from your report?
No, because I did think that it was going to be after.
So we'll move down to the April finance report then.
Can we move to start the
Do I have a
application?
motion to amend the agenda?
Let's amend the agenda to take up the residential grants before we discuss anything else.
Yes.
So the motion is to move new business to after approval of minutes. Do I have a second to that?
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. So, we'll we'll start off with Jackman Dyer residential grant. The way the process will work, you will have Sorry, first, does everybody have a copy of the application for the Jacqueline Dyer residential grant?
Yeah, I emailed them to everybody this time. I want to print off so many.
I didn't see an email.
I didn't see that email.
I see the email, but it don't have everybody's. Sure, email.
Well, excuse me, Ms. Dyer, the way the process will work, you will have 2 minutes to give a brief description of your project, and then every board member will be allowed up to 2 minutes to ask any questions that they may have, and then we'll move to either to either approve or deny the application. So I'll open up the floor to you now while the board members take the time to get familiar with the grant application.
My name is Jacqueline Dyer, and I live on the west side. I've been living on the west side since 1964. My house is paid for it. Actually, the house that I'm living in, it was, I grew up there. And a new roof is what I need, has not been put on since the house was built. So there's been added on, but other than that, I have not had haven't had any major surgery done to the roof. It is leaking, that's for sure. And at this point, I don't know what to do except put a Band-Aid over my roof and see if it'll hold for a while. But as I said before, I enjoy where I'm living. I love the west side. I don't want to move out because my house is ready to fall apart. I don't want to see that happen. I enjoy the people. I know the people. I know my surroundings, and I can't see myself staying any other place except the west side where I'm at now. And that's it.
I will start down here with questions since this isn't seen the application first.
Far as your income is just the social. Far as your overall income is just the social security.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to double check. And as far as the application goes, how many are in the home?
It's myself, my roommate, and my grandchildren.
So high for gutters.
Permanent residents?
Gutters on my house.
Well, as long as I want them to be.
Put up with
So I put hers down for 4. And
So, I'm sorry, on the slide you provided all of us, it has the exact
Yes.
amount that she qualifies for, correct?
yes,
The income's like 12,000, what I calculated.
with 4, so I put her at the full amount.
Which is 7,500.
Did everybody get this? So everybody got the slideshow?
I got it.
I'm so confused on why you guys don't have the.
Slideshow that everybody's individual. See, I didn't get a slideshow.
No. I got the other ones though. So.
That's
If
wild.
no more questions, I'll turn it over next to Ms. Willis. I'm sorry.
You have any questions?
No, I don't think so. The only little kind of thing in the back of my head, how are you managing your NIPSCO okay?
Pardon me?
Are you managing your NIPSCO okay?
Well, I like to think that I have control over the NIPSCO, because when I say this light is, turn that light off, or I have all of my, it's a 4-bedroom,
Okay.
so I'm going around constantly turning NIPSCO off or taking the light bulbs out, and that cuts that down. Or in the wintertime, as far as heating is concerned, early to bed, 8 o'clock. For my grandkids and me, I'm grown, so I can stay up as long as I want to. But I'm in control. I like to think of myself as being in control. It's very, very hard not having to use NIPSCO at times, but it is what it is. It's what I have to do. It's what I have to do.
I understand exactly what you're talking about. I have the same issue with NIPSCO.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, thank you.
I don't know if anybody's there.
I'm so confused right now.
And this one? I'm sorry, I don't know. Only other thing that I was, should have meet The question is on the units, I'm sorry for that.
I wouldn't have any questions, so you say your roof is leaking right now, correct?
It's leaking, it has holes in it. The last time I had some, and what's happened, that, it's happened maybe about 15 years ago, and they were working on the trees. There was a city with it, but anyway, I went out, to talk to the guys, and you'd be surprised at how people are willing to help you. But some of them came and looked at what I got on top of my roof, and they found out that I had holes in my roof, which was true. And all I could do was say, well, I'll do what I can, I'll get it fixed. And they did do something, they did, I had some shingles, and I guess they were still in there, still in the garage, and they've been in there ever since my father was alive. And so they used some of that, just as I said, they put a Band-Aid on my roof. And that's been many years ago.
So you need the roof and gutters, those gutters, right? So what's the gutter for?
Yes, 3,900.
I'm sorry. What she's asking for.
There's a roof and gutters in there, on that quote.
How much is she asking for?
Uh,
How much? 675.
that cover the quote?
It's just
Of course, way more. Yeah, close to a bit.
My only question was the roommate, did they have any income source?
Yes.
Okay. I would move to table this till the next meeting.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I open up the floor for any discussion. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote to table Jacqueline Dyer's grant application until the next meeting. I'll start on this end. Councilman Nelson?
No.
Ms. Willis?
No.
Mr. Conley?
No.
Mr. Clara?
Yes.
Mr. Euler?
Yes.
Mr. Bruce?
Yes.
Mr. Briscoe?
No.
Mr. Pollock?
Yes.
Chair votes no as well. I think that motion fails. So we will go, I believe the questions was next on you. Mr. Carter.
Just curious, the lowest quote was 12,800, and you qualified for 7,500, I believe. I mean, have you worked out, are you prepared to pay the remaining difference?
No, and I only really picked one, and that was JB West, because the other two that came and looked at the roof, they didn't even come into the house. They just stood back and looked at the roof. JB West came in and they checked up, they came in and they looked up in the attic
How much
and
was
they
that?
saw where the wood, the framework was starting to rot.
So theirs was even higher then, right? Theirs was even higher, like 18,000.
Yes, so I decided that since since that particular group was the only ones that actually came in and looked around, I would prefer them.
But, okay, there's about a $11,000 difference between what the grant would cover and their cost.
I think the 18 was the one that, the higher one was a
JB West.
was JB West.
Yes,
The R and L or something like that.
So Arnell did not go up on the roof,
no, they did not.
but they were the lowest one.
Correct,
They
yeah.
didn't go inside the
yeah.
house.
So basically, we was asking if you was to get approved for 7,500, could you pay the other 11,000? Since they charging 18,000 to do it all, because the max is 7,500. Unless you can find somebody up in the port or something.
can I talk to, can I just, rather than make a decision now, is it possible for me to give them a call tomorrow?
They have like payment plans, a lot of them too, so, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's something you could work out with them.
Or see what they'll cover for 75, you know.
That's what I was gonna say.
Either see what they're gonna cover for
Yeah, you explain
75,
to them what you're doing.
some type of
Yeah.
financial situation where you can gradually pay it off. Just some initiative that when we give it to you, it's gonna cover something. It's not gonna sit while we wait for you to obtain the other $11,000. So that's gonna be the,
Did you explain to them what you were doing? What it was for?
Yes,
JB West?
yes.
Interesting, because JB West pretty much is doing a lot of the clients, the past clients. They went up.
At first, they were the lowest.
Well, next on the line for questions would be, I think Dakota went already, so it'd be Bruce, and then we can come back around for a second round. I just wanna make sure everybody gets enough time to go first.
So my concern is that it shows that there are delinquent property taxes. And I'm really uncomfortable bringing this up, but it's like, you know, our grant app standard says that property taxes have to be current. And to keep this short, my sensibility is this is another instance where we run up against some very difficult socioeconomic factors. And we, as a board, have to contemplate, we can't fix all of this.
100%. But I think what it boiled down to then essentially is the rules are the rules for application. I mean, I'm not trying to be the bad guy in the situation, but I mean, if you must meet the requirements to be approved. I mean,
Yes, I mean, I'm uncomfortable. Okay, last time I'll say it.
I got you.
But because we're dealing with a limited budget, and I think, when the leaves change, we're gonna face some folks who have compelling circumstances, and we're gonna say we're out of cash. So, my sense is that either we make a decision to not follow all the rules, which I think requires a long-winded conversation, or we say with regret, you know, we're not in a position to approve it. That is my comment.
I would even exercise the option of maybe tabling this.
I mean,
have some time to.
It was just a motion to table.
Okay.
I mean,
I just, all I can hear is no. So I don't like that.
but is there a motion?
Motion to table.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Nick.
I vote to table.
Mr. Briscoe.
I vote to table also.
Mr. Bruce.
I vote to table.
Mr. Euler.
Yes.
Mr. Clarendon.
Yes.
Mr. Conley.
Yes.
Ms. Willis.
Yes.
Councilman Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Chair votes nay, but motion passes. So we'll go down, the way it works now, Ms. Dyer, your grant application has been tabled until the next meeting. So Commissioner will be in contact with you regarding, our next scheduled meeting. And so there's not gonna be any action on your grant application today. So we'll get back with you this week and follow up with you, and then it'll be back on the next agenda.
So should I still, get in contact with JB West, or should I?
You should.
Check with other, roofing companies?
You should get in contact. You should get in contact and try to get as many more quotes as you want, and then we'll be back on the next agenda and we'll bring it back up again.
How close should I get tried?
As much to the point that you can afford it, but we can talk, I'll help you to find a better.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's kind of after the conversation.
Thank you. So we'll go down next to Miss Felice. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Miss Felice Robinson. So it'll be the same process again. I'll open up the floor for you for 2 minutes, and then everybody on the board have ample opportunity to ask you up to 2 minutes worth of questions. So I'll turn the floor over to you now. But before I do, I want to ask: has ever had opportunity to see Felice Robinson's residential grant application?
I have not, but maybe I missed the email, I'm sorry if I did.
I mean, I seen the slideshow email, but I thought I had seen the closing there too.
I
But
thought it was
looking through my phone, I
all
didn't see it.
same.
I just have the slideshow.
But I do want to point out, I'm sorry for getting sidetracked. I do want to point out to everybody, before we amended the agenda on our budget items, if we don't amend the budget here today with the way it's set up now, this is updated, correct?
From the last,
Yeah, there's only 20 grand
yeah.
left.
There's only 20 grand left for residential, so essentially there's gonna be approval of less amount or. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's coming down.
Oh, okay, y'all confused me for a minute. So I'm just suggesting that we make an amendment to the budget to either allocate some funds from business or just open it up with the $100,000 flat for the grant cycle. And as the grants come in, they are approved until we run out of the fund for the year. I mean, we gotta make a decision on that. We'll make a decision on that. I think we should make that decision before we continue on with approval or denial of grants.
I think we should move money.
So do I have a motion?
Motion to move money from the business account.
The entire amount?
Let's make a motion. I'll make a motion.
I'm sorry,
Pardon me. No, you finish. I'm sorry. I thought you were
What's the
done.
amount in business account?
40.
Mine is 7,500.
Yeah, we just caught that. 32,500.
I guess, point of clarification, so we have a business come in, do we have to lose money back if we take all the money out?
That'd be it.
We just make the motion to combine the two.
Yes, I like that too.
So instead of each one having its own budget,
Yeah,
and both of them combined would have a full budget of 92.5.
How about everything has a budget of the complete, 100,000? Once the 100,000 is
Motion to
gone,
combine
then
the two
that's,
accounts?
So the motion is to combine the residential and business
Yes, sir.
accounts.
Second.
So I got a motion and a second. Any more discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Nick?
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Bruce?
Aye.
Mr. Euler?
Aye.
Mr. Clarida?
Aye.
Mr. Conley? Ms. Willis? And
Aye.
Councilman Nelson, I'm sorry, and I vote aye as well. So with that being done, I'll turn the floor back over to you, and I apologize for that. You have 2 minutes to go over your application.
Okay, my name is Felisa Robinson, and I stay at 420 Great Street. And I've been staying there for 12 years. I bought the house from George, and I need a little work done as far as siding and roof. Since he had the house, I believe that he bought the house and he been had it for a long time. And the roof is like coming up, and like the siding on the house is like chipping away. So basically, I'm just trying to upgrade it to make sure my kids have a decent home. I have a family of 7. So, just trying to upgrade the house to make it better, livable, and,
I don't want to waste time.
just basically,
Sorry.
having it for a long time because this is my first time ever doing this, buying a house. So, I'm kind of fresh, new.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I just want to better it, you know, to make sure that we live comfortable and everything.
Thank you. So I will now go to board member questions, excuse me. And I'll go down and start with Mr. Nelson again.
As far as income, you know the income?
Yes.
You got pay stubs, I got it calculated at about 45K a year.
Something like that, yes.
What was my question? You got a quote for 23 and one for like 40. The maximum is 75. You in position to pay the rest of it?
I can try, or I can have them do whatever they can to make it, you know, decent.
That was my questions.
Thank you. So we will now go to Ms. Willis. Any questions for the applicant?
Actually, I don't think I have any questions for you.
Yeah.
We will go to Mr. Conley now for any questions.
I don't have any questions.
I will go to, you have a chance to view the application, Mr. Claire. I'll turn the floor over to you.
I can actually ask the same question I was going to.
Mr. Euler, the floor is now yours.
How many household members are in the house?
7,
7? Wow. And
47.
how many have an income?
just me,
Just you?
cause them are all my kids, as you can see, I got one of them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So she's within income, okay.
Any more questions, Mr. Euler? Mr. Bruce?
I'm looking at property taxes, let me try to do this quickly.
I thought of another question if I can come back.
Excuse me?
How did you hear about the grant opportunity?
Well, I had some friends that was talking about it and they had a lot of work done to their house. So, yeah.
So a former applicant told her about it.
Good to hear.
I don't have a question.
I'm sorry.
But I kind of was gonna ask the same question, as Mr. Nelson. My concern would be if you try to get just only so much of the house painted for the 7,500. The whole purpose of these grants that we give out is, to help beautify the neighborhood. I would just encourage you to try to get some more bids so that maybe you can get the whole thing done for that amount, or relatively close to where you can afford. Now, what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see the house multiple colors. The whole purpose of these grants is, to increase the value of the neighborhood. So I would just like to see you try to get the whole thing done. But I think this is the epitome of what the grants are for, just for something like this, so,
I can work on that.
yeah. I don't see that. Thanks.
Any questions, Mr. Britton? No questions. I think Dakota asked the only question I had. So I'll ask, is there any motions on the Felice Robinson residential grant application?
Motion to approve.
At what amount? She was eligible for the entire amount, correct?
Correct.
So do I have, so the motion is to approve her grant application at the $7,500 amount?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
In my short discussion is that I see that she owes 890 plus, but that looks like it's for the first installment of property taxes. Probably, I don't see it as delinquent.
No.
I just wanted to comment that I don't think it's a barrier.
That's pretty hard too. I was looking at
That's a
that.
lot.
Yeah, I know, it is really
Like
high.
671.
Hers, I think it's an escrow.
Yeah,
So-
it is. It's
Oh, there was an escrow? Okay.
Oh.
She's already in
insurance.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
First time home buyer, so
Yes.
6% escrow.
I will pass along, maybe you want to see if there's a lawyer who can reduce your property taxes. Does sound really high to me.
Extremely.
Yeah. Any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Councilman Nelson.
Aye.
Ms. Willis.
Aye.
Mr. Conlon.
Aye.
Mr. Clarendon.
Aye.
Mr. Euler.
Aye.
Mr. Bruce.
I
Mr. Briscoe.
Well, I have to sustain myself from this vote because of my wife working at JBS.
Copy that.
Appreciate that.
Mr. Pollak, I'm sorry.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Your motion, your grant application passes. You've been approved for $7,500. Our executive assistant commission will be in contact with you regarding the next steps of the process. Want to thank you for applying. If any way we can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm trying.
Keep up the good work.
You said who was?
Michelle Harvey.
So I'll have to ask for a motion to amend the agenda again. There's like 3 applicants that were left off. That should be on this agenda, correct? Can you say that? What are the 3?
I can give you the, no. I can't give you the list, but I have them all in order here.
So I just need the 3 that are left off so we can amend it and add it to the agenda.
Do I have to give it to you right now?
You got it written down?
I have.
Can you make a motion, please?
In the order that I see it presented, next would be last name of Cobb.
No,
Okay. Well, then I
So-
don't have it.
yes. One second. I have the
Is it-
files in order right here, but to add, 1 second, because now
We just need the names, right?
I need to see the list that you have to see what's not there.
You need the agenda list?
Yes.
Can I get the agenda time?
We have
Harville, say, they're all
Okay,
in the crowd.
all right, so
With that being said.
we had Jacqueline Dyer, Felicia Robinson. Next will be Michelle Harville. Then we have Gwendolyn Cobb. Then we have Virginia C. And then we have Patches Culpepper, who was supposed to, she's on Zoom. I sent her the link. And then we have Tracy Walker. Then we have Mary McIntyre. And then we have Diamonds and Pearls, Midnight Basketball, and then Positive Image, Positive Impact.
So can I have a motion to amend the agenda to add Michelle Harville, Positive Impact, correct, in Virginia C's residential grant?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Here, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. The next applicant up is Michelle Harville. You will have 2 minutes to go give a brief description of your application, and then each board member will have 2 minutes to ask any questions. The floor is now yours.
Good. My name is Michelle Harville, and my residence is 912 Willow Spring Drive here in Michigan City. And I just heard about it, the program from a friend, and I got a couple quotes from JB West and RL, and I just want to just upgrade, a home. I've been there since it was 92, 93, and I was just looking to get some work done on my roofing and also my site of my home. I just want to just update some things around there to beautify it. Because I've seen, some of my neighbors, they got their stuff done. So, and just about that time for me to get mine done. So, so that's, and I've been there like almost 30-something years. And that's it.
I would now turn the floor over to Councilman Nelson for any questions he may have.
Okay, I don't know, can I get clarification on this? Is Willow Springs Drive an enterprise zone?
It is.
It is, okay.
Oh,
It's only
it's,
I was just typing it up, it didn't pop up, so I just.
Tall Timbers.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with it, I just didn't, that's the only question I got, everything. You the only income, right?
Yes,
Yeah, and I think and how many dependents, or how many people at the house?
just myself right now.
Okay,
Everybody in the house.
okay.
Ms. Willis, any questions?
That's where it is.
Mr. Conley?
I see you work for Michigan City area schools.
Yes.
That's it. There's no spare me.
Mr. Claire, whenever you're ready.
Just kind of similar questions we've asked other folks. Looks like your bids are in the $25,000, $30,000 range. I believe you qualify for up to 5. Would you be in a position to, I don't know what 5, maybe you don't do, because it looks like the roofing is
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, the same thing. The roofing looked like the best thing.
5,600, then you do the ridge vent, 6,000. Looks like you do the roof for 6, right? So you'd have to come up with 1,000 on your own if we approve the full 5, and then siding is then just gets even more expensive from there. But just again, just kind of making sure you understand that there's only 5,000 that could come from us, and
That's fine.
could be some other significant costs to yourself if it were approved.
Thank you.
And Mr. Euler, whenever you're ready.
How did you hear about the grant opportunity?
Like I said earlier, just a friend, about a couple of months ago, and I just heard about it from a friend. And also, I've just been asking around, I've been seeing, different, projects done down in my neighborhood too, so.
I have one more question.
Yeah, you go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
The difference in the quotes are, substantial. Does one cover something else than the other one? One's like 9,000, one's like, I don't know, 18, 20.
One was siding and roofing.
One's just roofing? Okay.
Probably one with this roof and probably one with this side.
Okay. The roofing is priority though, for sure.
Yeah, roofing like 60,
Yeah,
6,100.
I'll go with the roofing.
For sure.
For sure.
Any more questions, Mr. Euler?
No.
Mr. Bruce?
No, thanks.
Mr. Briscoe?
Hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad. I apologize. For the next application, for the next folder, can we pass it on now?
Well, she's like, just like. You wanna start down now?
Yeah, we can, change. This is the next one. Any questions?
No, thank you. I think all the questions I had were answered or asked already. I would just have the same comment as I had before, is, just take into consideration the amount that, the max amount that we can give. And, just, I don't want to see, mixed matched stuff on the house. The whole point of this is to beautify the neighborhood.
Yes.
So just keep that in consideration.
Looks like the roof is about 6. You could always go to them and say, hey, I got 5,000. We can take it. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
They've been calling me and everything, and I'm like, I don't know yet, so.
That's for the next one.
That's the reason.
This. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Here, since there any more board member questions? Hearing none, I'll ask: is there a motion on the Michelle Hartville residential business grant application? Residential grant application. I'm sorry.
Motion to approve.
And
A second.
At 5.
I have a motion to approve the Michelle Hartville residential grant application at $5,000, and a second by Mr. Conley. Any more discussion? Any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Pollock.
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe.
Again, because of the JB West quote in there.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Clarendon.
Aye.
Mr. Conley.
Aye.
Ms. Willis.
Aye.
Councilman Nelson.
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. That your residential grant application has been approved for $5,000. You get in contact with Commissioner Williams for the next steps going forward. I thank you for coming out tonight. If anyone could be assistance, please reach out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is Gwendolyn Cobb's residential grant application.
I'm Gwendolyn Cobb, I live in Eastport, 417 Street, and I was putting for my garage deteriorating, and with the improvements around the neighborhood, it's beginning to me look like an eyesore. And some of the neighbors have made comments, and I did the roof less than 7 years ago to the garage, but not able to do the improvements for the paintings of siding. And I didn't put in for the concrete or the gravel of the driveway. I can work with that maybe. I'm retired. I've been retired for about 5 years. It's just Social Security and hard to get by. I live alone. No. That's about it.
Thank you. So I will now open up any kind of questions by a board member, starting with Mr. Pollock.
I didn't have any questions, everything looks to be in order, from what I looked at, same thing, there's minimal amount of taxes owed, it's like for the spring payment. I think, once again, this is what the grant is for, is, you have a prime example of what the grant's for. It definitely looks like your garage needs some paint.
Yes, it does.
So, once again, just keep in mind that the maximum amount that we could grant you is $5,000. It looks like one of the estimates was pretty close to that. Yeah, please keep that in mind.
Mr. Briscoe.
So pretty much based off what everybody else said, if they only offer 5,000, will you be able to cover the rest going forward after that?
I don't know, I could talk to them again and see, because I had,
I haven't seen it.
one of my, dropped. Because being single, and I used to work all the time, you know, and it's just hard.
What would the balance be? What was the balance? What's the balance? $984?
95.
For one quote, and the other one's 8,000 on the quote.
No, for what?
For the, what she's getting done. What was it, 5,900?
Yeah, $59.95 and the one was for $8.
So she would try to go with the less one, right? So the balance would be 984?
$9.95 for that.
I'm pretty
What
sure.
company is that through?
I'm pretty sure they'd take the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to them.
I'll call them for you to see if they'll just accept the $5,000 that you're looking for.
Actually, for new siding.
It looks, yeah.
How long have you been in your home now?
25 plus.
New vinyl siding.
And I've done updates and stuff around, but
And soffit.
I sent.
it's almost impossible.
Next, Bruce, any questions, Bruce?
I was just gonna say, you know, hello neighbor, because we live real close to you in Hobart.
Hello. Haven't seen my garage in the alley.
Mr. Euler, I'm sorry.
My only question is, where did you hear about the grant opportunity?
I was at Ace Hardware, grand opening.
You remember
I was gonna go and I went there and I'm just thrilled.
I guess next time.
Thank you.
Because I had no other option.
Separate meeting, the contractors.
Like a
Thanks for
workshop.
the plug.
Mr. Claire, I'm sorry.
That one quote, 6,000 for all new vinyl siding, so I mean, that's a really good price, I feel like. So yeah, hopefully maybe they'll take the 5,000, because they're feeling
There were
generous.
some things that need replacing. So,
Yeah, like, that's a really good price, so hopefully they'll do it.
yeah, I thought so, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I should we
Is that paint or siding?
It says siding.
Yeah.
New J channel, new fan fold, new vinyl siding, and new soffit. even.
Maybe they could, take the fan fold out, the garage is not heated or air conditioned.
No.
Okay, so they don't need
Don't need the
insulation.
fan, right?
Right.
So maybe they take the insulation, the fan
How much
fold
does that cost?
insulation out of that cement, and they can get closer to 5,000.
I'll ask about that.
Yeah.
And plus, we have an established relationship with some of these contractors, so as we helping them, they should be helping us too.
Agreed.
Any questions, Mr. Conlon?
No.
Ms. Willis, any questions?
No, I have no questions.
Councilman Nelson?
No, I'm good.
I open up the floor for, is there any motions on the Gwendolyn Cloud residential grant application?
Motion to approve up to the 5,000.
Second.
Open up the floor for any discussion. Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Pollock?
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe?
That's what JB was calling there, cat.
Mr.
Sit over there.
Even,
Aye.
we don't have anything to do.
Mr. Conley? Aye. Ms. Willis?
Aye.
Councilman Nelson?
Aye, they took the quotes.
You have been approved.
Oh, but I have a question. If they take out, see like the soffit, to me that's important, but if they take it out, which, I don't know.
So you're talking about take out the fan folders in there, it's insulation?
Where they wrap. Is that what you're saying? The fan fold is where they use the wrap, right?
The fan fold is like an insulation that they unfold. That's why they call it a fan fold, the way they fold it up, so it opens up to lay flat. I'm just thinking that, if we're trying to save costs to get you closer to the 5,000 total grant, that they might be able to eliminate something like that, because the garage is not conditioned, it's not conditioned space. So really, they just need to put the nailers and then the side.
Because there's wood side on it now,
Yeah.
so they'll just put those little strips and they'll just go for it.
Go over it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commission will be, our executive assistant will be in contact you with the steps going forward. I want to thank you for coming out tonight. If any other way we can be assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you. Next on the agenda will be Patches Culpepper for a residential grant.
That was Virginia.
We got Virginia.
This is supposed to be a Virginia C.
Right, go ahead.
I was going off the agenda, but we
We
can go
just
with,
went over that wasn't.
she not on the Zoom. She not? So I'm sorry, we'll go with Virginia C. I apologize. The floor open up for you.
I was speaking on behalf of Virginia C. If it's okay with the board, I'm her son.
I got you. You can go ahead, I'm sorry.
So yeah, she's applied for basement windows for her house. Her house is probably 100 years old, the windows are same. She's a couple of them broke, they couldn't see out of them, different things. She had help, my father passed away last year, so now she's a single widow, with one income in her house, and that's Social Security, and we both know that ain't no whole lot of money. She just applied for this grant to have the basement windows fixed for her. And she lived at 104 Hancock, which is in the Enterprise Zone. She's going to keep it home beautiful.
Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, I believe her husband applied for a grant last year, correct? I remember him being approved. Okay. But I'm sorry, Councilman Nelson, the floor is open to you for any questions you may have.
Nothing, I just wanted to say, pay homage, you've always kept your yard beautiful. I'm very familiar with where you're located at on the west side. So I definitely want to contribute keeping that going.
Ms. Willis.
I don't have any questions.
I'm sorry, Mr. Khan.
I just want to say, same thing Joe said, she's been a pillar in the community for years. She's got a nice yard over there on the west side, nice, she keeps it up.
And those were great quotes.
Yeah, I was looking at them quotes.
They're
Them are some really, really good quotes. I don't know where y'all found them people at, but man, those some good quotes.
Can you pass the next application
I'm gonna call myself, because,
For real.
man. How many windows is that? Eight windows?
I think they're having trouble with the Zoom link.
No, he said she in the waiting room.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, he said.
Because I got one.
That's a Nixon.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I got an email from her that she was having.
Mr. Claire, do you got any questions for the applicant?
Nope, I'm good.
So,
I'll give Mr. Euler a second, and then the floor is yours for any questions you may have.
No questions.
I'll give Mr. Bruce a second. Can you, we got the next application?
Wait, next one.
only Vanessa's in the Zoom waiting?
Yeah, that's the only other person.
Okay, so we have to table Miss Culpepper's. She's supposed to be in there as well. So next we have Tracy Walker.
Ms. Walker?
Hi, I'm Tracy Walker.
I'm sorry, we're not done with this. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, I apologize.
Just get lined up for the next one.
Yeah, my fault as president.
Oh, I thought we asked.
I thought we had a motion though.
I'm sorry, any questions? Bruce or Dakota, I
No,
apologize.
thank you.
Mr. Briscoe?
None, I pretty much want to echo what Councilman Nelson and Mr. Conley said about the property over there.
I'll give Mr. Pollak a second to review, then I'll turn the floor over to him.
I spoke to both of those companies too, so she's in court, so.
That's somebody. Should I call a motion?
Mr. Pollak still has an opportunity.
We might gotta start having their meetings like before, so we can actually look through that stuff. That's what's taking all day.
Seems that there's no more questions from the board. I don't know the floor. Is there any motions?
Motion to approve for $6,000?
You said a motion to approve for 6,000?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, 20.
Is the max 5?
What's our max? What is it?
5. The max is 5.
Our max is 5?
So max is 75.
It was just one.
Hers is 5.
There's 5.
Yeah, that's why I said it's 5.
Mm-hmm.
She gets 16,000. Didn't it say 16,000 on her income?
So I'm sorry. What is the motion?
To approve for 6,000.
I have a motion to approve Virginia C's residential grant application for $6,000. Do I have a
That's
second?
the same 5, is that based, that's on our income? You're looking at our income?
I thought her income was 16,000.
The slide just shows 5.
Oh,
Oh, the slide that you sent out.
It showed 5, but I think she qualifies for the whole 75.
I think her income was over 15,000.
It's like
15,000.
$100.
Oh,
So the motion is to approve for $6,000.
She seconded.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion?
Tracy's.
Do I have any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. Councilman Nelson.
Aye.
Ms. Willis.
Aye.
I'm sorry. Mr. Conley.
Aye.
Mr. Clarendon.
Aye.
Mr. Euler.
Nay.
Mr. Bruce.
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe.
Aye.
Mr. Pollak.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Motion passes. Ms. Williams will be in contact with you with the steps going forward. I want to thank you for coming out tonight. If there's any other way to be assistance, please reach out. Next on the agenda is Patches Culpepper.
she's not.
No, she's not on the
So do I have a motion to?
Motion to table.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Patches Culpepper residential grant has been tabled to the next meeting. Next on the agenda is Tracy Walker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss.
I'm Tracy.
You can go ahead. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
I'm Tracy Walker. I stay at 204 North Woodland Avenue. And I was looking to get my house, siding for my house. And, cause it's been like that since I've been there, so. I'm on a corner, so I'm trying to get it where I can get it to look different and better. Cause I have dents in my siding and everything, so.
So I'll start down here with the application. Mr. Councilman Nelson, do you have any questions?
How many residents do you have?
Two.
Two.
Perfect. That's all I need to know. Are they working?
No.
Children?
No.
Okay.
Ms. Willis?
I don't have any questions. That was just a point of clarity. We got to clarify.
One more question too. Can we qualify for the 75? It's a quote difference of maybe 6 to 7.
Sorry about that.
How you gonna go about covering that?
I might have to make payment plans or something,
Can we see the next one?
cause my house is almost paid off, so. I'm almost there.
Almost done, no, it's right.
Any questions, Mr. Conley? None. Mr. Clary?
What kind of siding's on it right now? Is it?
It's like a vinyl siding, and it's been on there since I bought the house.
Is it
so.
busted, like cracked, split?
Yeah.
It is, okay. Picture, it doesn't look, I just didn't know if like painting was an option, you know what I
I
mean?
had it painted before, it's been a while.
Okay. Further questions?
After Mr. Yule has a chance to review the floor will be updated, open to him.
Where did you hear about the grant opportunity?
True Value.
I was lost for a second. Any more questions? Mr. Yule?
This is Social Security. Should put the Jeopardy song playing.
Still last
Yeah. I was like, it's property taxes, arrest rates, so. Yeah, so it's 3.
This is not updated.
Pardon me?
This is not updated.
I think she's moving.
Any questions? Any questions?
No, thank you, sorry.
I'm sorry. Ms. Briscoe?
No, actually, no, not at all.
Mr. Howard? Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Did you have any hail damage to your property?
No, it didn't, the hail didn't, it's just been. No, it wasn't hail damage.
Yeah, because you know with the hailstorm that we had last year, your live insurances has covered full remodels of siding and stuff like that.
They got me.
I know that some lady came through there and she hit my siding, but it was fine, but I never touched it into my insurance.
I mean, I never thought of this one.
I like that question, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe we should have some of them trust it.
What's the total? That's maybe another
Damage from insurance.
It's a lot. Yeah.
That was a good question.
That'll definitely save a
Yes.
lot of
So they
money.
making circles back around now, asking again. I've been seeing them every day now.
Yeah.
We got somebody here that does that, that does the evaluation or the
Do I
contract?
have any questions?
You talking like it's,
You know, just be aware of what the max grant amount is as opposed to what the bid amounts that you have, where just understand that,
Okay.
you know, you're gonna have some out-of-pocket costs if you do move forward with it. And, you know, I wanna see if anything's done, and try to keep it consistent.
Okay, because I haven't looked on the other side of my house since we had the hail damage, so. Should be some.
To the contractor.
Okay, that's the only person that gets it.
Haven't been
So
over
they
there.
can't move into that. What do we have to vote on?
Is this the next one?
No, that's what we're hold on.
I'm sorry. Okay, so since there's no more, first I'll ask, is there any more comments from the board members? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion on the Mrs. Walker's residential grant application.
Motion to approve.
At what amount?
How many residents did you say you had? Two. What is who plus you?
No, just me and my daughter. So that puts her. No, that puts her.
Oh,
For 5,000.
I have a motion to approve Ms. Walker's residential grant at $5,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion in 2 seconds. I'll ask, is there any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Pollard.
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe.
There's a J.B. Westport.
I got it. Mr. Bruce.
Aye.
Mr. Mueller.
Aye.
Mr. Clarendon.
Aye.
Mr. Conley.
Aye.
Ms. Willis.
Aye.
Councilman Nelson.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. You have been approved for $5,000. Ms. Williams will be in contact with you with the next steps. Thank you for coming out tonight. If any way we can be assistance, please reach out.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is
Mary McIntyre.
thank you, Miss Mary McIntyre. I couldn't get it out. Do we have a Mary McIntyre?
That's me.
How you doing?
Wonderful. My name is Mary McIntyre. I stay at 725 Real Ave. And on Springfield. And I've been working on that house ever since I've been there. My mother and father had the house built in 68. And I took it up on myself to keep it in the family. And I'm by myself, retired. And I've been improving it ever since. And by me being on the corner, the fence, you know, people run into it on the corner of Springfield and in the alley, it's all crumbled up. So when my daughter, I found out about the grant on my daughter, and she said, just apply for it. So that's what I did. And so that's what I'm trying to get, a grant to get the fences put back around the house. I've been doing it, it's coming along. I have the siding put up, it wasn't there. I had to change. And I'm still working on this, put the basement windows in, so I got all of that did.
It's Mary McIntyre.
It's in progress, but I want to keep it in the family.
I understand completely about my house point you're going forward.
It started down.
Okay.
My only question would be, I only saw one estimate.
So True Line, we called 1,000 times. I talked to him. He would confirm and then he'd never send it. Like I literally called him, I texted him multiple times and he never sent the quote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that was from True Line. I believe his name, yeah, I don't know, we can get into that later, but yeah. So if they aren't responding to just that, she might just want to go with Fencing Fellows anyhow, because he would never send it. I confirmed that he had the correct email address and everything. We never got it.
This is just working.
I would, I'd be all right with the grant as long as we get some sort of second estimate just to see where we're at.
Do you guys know any in the area? Because I don't see any in the area for fencing.
Maybe we get with the building department, and get a list of contractors, we ought to be able to find somewhere.
Actually, they sent it over to me in the email.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a few fencing contractors here in Michigan City. The key thing when you're doing that is make sure you register contractors with Michigan City. And pulling permits is number one. And I would say get it in as soon as possible, so make sure everything meets the setbacks, make sure it's all approved in the building department.
Yeah, everyone that I was looking up was like Valpo, like really, they weren't very close. Trying to find her somebody.
Who was the owner of Fence Fellows?
It's
Never heard of it.
it's on there. I don't think they're.
Can we pass the next application? Any more questions?
I just, a real small point. You're supposed to have the property taxes current and you owe less than $100. It's like $60, $70. It's like even silly to mention it, but as a matter of just keeping yourself good with the county.
I just paid it off all the way from this year to next year.
Oh, okay, good enough. Thank you. I have no comments.
Mr. Euler?
No comments. I just wanted to add that I live right around the corner from you over on Emma Street, so happy to see some of this come back to the neighborhood.
Yes, me too.
Mr. Claire?
No questions.
Mr. Conley?
No questions.
Ms. Willis? Councilman Nelson?
No. So will we require her to get another quote, or?
I think we should.
She has she got it, but
I think if it's approval of her grant, it should be contingent on her getting a second quote. I mean, still gotta follow the guidelines of the grant.
Stipulation of the grant.
So,
I would make a motion to approve pending a second estimate.
okay.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Point of clarification, do I approve of what amount?
2,500 is what's listed on this slide.
I have a motion and a second to approve Ms. McIntyre's $2,500 residential grant. Any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Councilman Nelson?
Aye.
Ms. Willis?
Aye.
Mr. Conley?
Aye.
Mr. Clarida?
Aye.
Mr. Euler?
Aye.
Mr. Bruce?
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Pollock? I vote aye as well. Your grant is being approved. Ms. Williams will be in contact with the next steps further. Thank you for coming out tonight. And if any way we can be assistance, please reach out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have Diamonds and Pearls, excuse me. I will turn the floor over to you.
Any literature? I got
She said I know I seen these in the email. You can start.
Hello, my name is Felicia Blakely. I am the founder and senior mentor of the Diamonds and Pearls Mentorship Program here in Port County. We've been in existence officially since 2019. We've been doing the work many years before that. On Saturday, May 31st, we are hosting a one-day leadership Bridge the Gap conference here. Originally, when we were planning it, we planned for like 75 youth. But once I opened up the registration, I'm currently at like 145 to 150 registrations right now.
Wow.
So I kind of closed it off, only because, it was just getting too catchy. And so what that looked like is we have community resources that will be available. We have different colleges that will come out, just everything that's just pertaining to the youth. And then we'll break off for workshops. We have workshops for computer programming, AI in stock. We have someone coming in talking about bullying and peer pressure. We have music therapy, social etiquette, leadership etiquette, MUA training for the girls. And then we'll conclude for lunch. And then we'll have a 3v3 basketball tournament for the youth. Right now we have about 10 teams for the youth that's registered for the 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and just want to make the event as easy as possible, and I don't want to have to turn any youth away. And so I heard of this program just through some community partners that saw the work that we were doing and said, maybe you should consider trying to reach out. And so here I am.
I Has everybody had a chance to view the application?
Mhm.
I will start on Mr. Pollockson this time.
Alright, so the grant is for a $500 grant for the, is that the neighborhood
Yeah.
grant? Yeah,
Yes,
that's what you applied for?
yes, that's
Okay.
what was
Alright,
available. So,
yeah.
yes.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I think this is gonna be great.
It's awesome.
I just wish we could give you more, actually.
Me too.
But what I would say is, you do scholarships, it says on there?
We do. So our actual program, we do for our seniors, we do scholarships for those that are part of the Diamonds and Pearls Mentorship Program, yes.
Okay.
And we get that through fundraising, money through fundraising, different sponsors in the community. And we just kind of put it aside for our education fund for the students that need help.
I think, I would make a recommendation that maybe you come back and apply for a workforce development grant as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Briscoe, I'm sorry.
Pretty much don't have any questions. What I do actually, do you have a social media presence on this? Yeah, because I haven't seen anything on this, and I would advise you to, whoever you got, push this out as much as you can. Because I do believe this is amazing, actually.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bruce.
No questions, I like it as well.
Mr. Euler.
Any idea of how many of the 150 are residents of the zone?
Of actual zone,
Well,
that I don't,
Michigan City,
all from Michigan City.
all from Michigan
Yeah.
City? And is this gonna be visible from the public right away or anything, or all inside a building?
It's all inside the building, and then we have a couple activities in the back outside.
Okay. Is there gonna be any opportunities for promotion of the Michigan City Urban Enterprise?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good questions.
And saw the budget, I know the one thing is supposed to be reimbursable, so what cost would you associate this $500 going towards?
So, like I said, originally, when we were at 75, even as far as the food, and so now that we extended, like an extra 50 students, that will kind of help, even with our catering services, to be able to provide free lunch for the rest of the students that's registered.
I have no other questions.
Mr. Clarendon.
Kudos to you guys, first off, this is amazing. I wish I would've known about it, I would've made sure that I got you some money for this, but, is it here in this building?
It's 301 East 9th Street.
Across the street.
Oh, sorry, 'cause,
Yeah, right there, yeah.
This is technically 8th Street, but we coming down 9th Street, so that's what I was curious. Okay.
It's literally right across the street.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what's the next one?
No, I think this is amazing, no questions.
Mr. Condon.
I just want to thank you for what you do in the community. She's always helping out in the community, even with the events I throw, so good job.
Ms. Willis.
No questions, just accolades.
I'm sorry, Councilman Nelson.
I was gonna say, do you need any volunteers?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Always on deck, for sure. Absolutely.
I guess it's me. I guess my question is kind of posed to the board. I think just reading about it, I think it's a great opportunity. I don't know if the board would be applicable to it, but same way you brought up the scholarship fund that they have, I think the board was in authority if we approved the grant and then if we made a separate contribution to the event, I would be fully in support of that. I mean, I haven't heard anything going on in the city that does the outline of work that just from the presentation of what it does. But that was just a thought that popped in my head. I didn't have any questions for you, just encourage you to continue the great work that you do. But I will open up the floor for any motions.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Full 500, correct?
Yes.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, I call for the vote. Y'all hear that too? I'm not sure. Councilman Nelson.
Aye.
Ms. Willis.
Aye.
Mr. Conley.
Yes.
Sorry. Mr. Clarendon.
Aye.
Mr. Euler.
Yes.
Mr. Bruce.
Yes.
Mr. Briscoe.
Aye.
Mr. Pollock.
Aye.
Motion passes. Your grant has been approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Williams will be in contact with you for the next steps going forward. Thank you. We wish you all the best in the event. You continue working in the community.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Young lady, before you go, come grab my card. It's too late, obviously, because it's May 31st for me to get anything approved from my executive board. Make sure you reach out for future stuff. So that's the exact kind of stuff.
Actually, you want your card?
I do.
Thank you.
That's what I want. You want? Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, I didn't have a pen, I didn't write in. I believe it's positive impact, correct?
Positive image, positive impact. And I pass that
And
around, right?
that'll be our Zoom participant. Has everybody had a chance to view the application?
That just, midnight basketball?
No, that would be next, but I guess.
Park cleanup.
I would think it was 10,000.
She's on Zoom, correct? Is she able to hear me?
Yes, you can.
The floor is now yours to give a brief description of your project.
Hello everyone and good evening. My name is Vanessa Nixon and I am the founder and CEO of Positive Impact. We are a youth organization originated in Indianapolis, but have now expanded to Michigan City for the past 2 years, so this will be our second year that we've operated in Michigan City. We focus on teaching kids entrepreneurship, leadership, youth engagement, and life skills. And so the program that we are asking for the money for is called On Purpose Summer Program. And basically what it is exactly what I just said. They will be learning entrepreneurship, leadership skills. They'll be doing workshops, working with local businesses to learn a trade of their choice. We are creating a space for children that are 12 to 17. This will be a program that lasts for about 5 weeks in the summer. So I will be residing in Michigan City for the summer for about 2 months. And then we also have a partnership with the Waukesha Community Garden. So they'll be doing a part of the gardens and things like that. And then we have a citywide cleanup plan, which we want to incentivize for the children to get them pumped up, because we tell them that they're gonna be cleaning and then looking like we don't want to clean up the city, but we want to incentivize that for them, as well as just teaching them daily things. So critical thinking skills. I have someone that's coming in for like finances and things like that. So several different workshops and opportunities for the kids to learn a skill and grow and be able to engage with the community.
Thank you. I will open up for Mr. Pollock with any questions.
Haven't seen it. My question would be, you did catch my attention when you said something about the trades. What age group?
12 to 17.
12 to 17?
They're 12 to 17 years old, and I have a few businesses already that are willing to commit their time to train or teach these kids simple things, nothing major. So we like cosmetology, we have automotive, we have AI, computer programming, and then we have cosmetology as well.
I'd be more than happy to come speak to the students to talk about the construction trades if you wish.
That would be great. I was actually looking for someone in the construction business to come talk to them.
I have an email here, Vanessa@empowerimpactyouth.org. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
I will send you an email.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
I don't really have any questions. Nope, no questions.
think there was a specific ask for a dollar amount on there.
10,000 was set.
Or max allowed.
You know,
I mean, the maximum on the grant is 500, correct?
Yeah. Once again,
So this one would be more towards like what we're doing for Pastor Hurt. We're attempting to do. Pastor Hurt falls under what? Special arrangements?
I know Pastor Hurd had presented to the board like 3 times, like before I joined on, and then he reached out. He spoke through time and reached out again, asked to present again. So he never formally came under a grant. He just came with a proposal. Same such as for the way Midnight Basketball presented. They didn't come under necessarily under a grant. So it's ultimately up to the board on how they want to go with it. I know this project applied via the grant. And they applied via the grant, which is the maximum 500. I mean, so it's at the board's discretion, honestly.
I think more or less that might have been I don't want to say a paperwork issue, but more of not knowing which grant or which route to apply for. So they put that on paper with that. Because Pastor Hurt, what paperwork did he fill out? He just came and presented, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he didn't apply for a grant necessarily?
No, sir.
Okay.
I also have a proposal, that if I can share with you all, if you might, whoever would like to see it. And I have a schedule of like how things are gonna be ran and, all those good things. So we're we're gonna be housed at Elston. We're gonna have a few classrooms in that space. And yeah, so whatever you all would like to see, I am willing to provide for you. But I did put, I was not sure the amount that was going to be granted, so I did put I believe I put $10,000 on there or the max amount. So I think it was a little bit of confusion, but whatever you are, I will provide.
I'm sorry. Who was next? I apologize.
It's all good. My only question is, where did you receive the majority of your funding from?
So we have a few sponsors. We've been sponsored by, it is Nordstrom is where most of our donations come from, the store.
Okay.
So we have a partnership with them, and so they have a certain amount that they're able to donate within the year, and so we get some of that money, and then we also have, as of recently, a partnership with United Way of LaPorte. So that is where we get some more of our funding. And then we have an additional sponsor. It is I'm so sorry. And this is sad that I can't remember the name. They're one of our biggest ones. But the Family Foundation, they're called the Family Foundation.
Morgan Foundation.
The Morgan Family Foundation, yes. Sorry.
I've heard of it.
That's it.
Mr. Bruce?
I mean, commensurate with what Mr. Pollack offered, if it's helpful to have somebody come talk to the participants about AI, I'd be happy to do that.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yes.
That's it.
And this is a new event, correct?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
This is a new event, correct?
Yes, correct. This will be our first year.
Okay, what other communities is it in already?
This will be our first one ever. So we have on a smaller portion here in Indy. I work at a school, so I'm leading the students at a school down here, and so we have an after-school program, but we don't have an actual summer program. So this will be our very first one.
Okay. And then do you already have youth signed up for this, or?
We do. We have, right now, we have about 25 that are signed up. We have a max of 40.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Are those youth just reaching out to you directly, or how are they getting that connection?
Marketing through social media. I have a few colleagues that are at Michigan City area schools. I've been in touch with the superintendent of Michigan area schools to try to get the word out to those students that are in middle school and high schools and that's the age group. So that's pretty much where I've gotten most of the ones that we have now.
And I guess the other question, were you able to see the workforce development grant as well? It sounded like some of these youth might be getting beauty certificates or some skills like that may qualify for special grants for them to get certifications.
I have not, but that is something that I could definitely look into and will look into actually.
Okay, I have no other questions.
Mr. Claire?
Go to us. That's the only ones I was gonna ask. So
yeah.
Mr. Conley?
No questions.
Ms. Willis? Councilman Nelson?
None at the moment, no.
Only thing I say is, like, the same how I spoke for the last event, I think, I fully support we should approve this grant, but I think the works from the sounds of it sound like it's a great opportunity for the community, for the city, like both events. I would like to see some way how we can fund more than just the maximum on this grant. I mean, but yet again, that falls at the board's discretion, how the board may go, and I will open up the floor for any motions.
Can we?
I'll make a motion to increase this to $2,000.
I got a motion to approve for $2,000. Do I have a second?
What's this coming out of?
The neighborhood, and that's my 2,000. It's no scientific metric.
They
come out of the budget.
They apply through the neighborhood, correct?
Well, not to cut anybody off, what I think would be best, if we should approve, it's just my theory, we should approve, if we're gonna approve it for $500, and then we can make a separate motion.
I agree.
But I will only support a second motion if we're gonna do the same for the previous event as well. We haven't had any applicants apply for the workforce event.
Right.
I wouldn't even be opposed if we gave them both additional $2,500 to the event out of the workforce pot.
I'd be a little opposed to that just because school isn't out yet, and we may get workforce development applications prior to or after school gets out, but everything else I agree with.
So is there a motion on it?
I would say we make a motion to approve the $500 grant that was applied for at this time.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Do I have any more discussion? Hearing none, I will call for the vote. Councilman Nelson?
Aye.
Ms. Willis?
Aye.
Mr. Conley?
Aye.
Mr. Clarendon?
Aye.
Mr. Euler?
Aye.
Mr. Bruce?
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Pollock?
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Do I hear a second motion?
A motion to approve for 2,000?
He said 25.
500.
I
$2,500?
don't have anything on.
Motion to approve for 25, an additional 25?
Is that what he
Or how
said?
should I say that?
What I was recommending, I was saying that we should give it to this event, and we should also give it to Diamonds and Pearls event.
So we'll have them come back?
That's what I was in support of.
where's it coming from?
That's where the hesitation came from at.
Can I interject?
Go ahead.
So we have 5,000 in the workforce development grant available. Going off my previous comments, the school hasn't let out yet, and there may be some students that come to us for the grant specifically for workforce development.
Leave 1,000 in there?
I would say we leave 1,000. I say we give an additional 2,000 to Diamonds and Pearls, an additional 2,000 to Positive Impact, Positive Image. That would leave $1,000 in the workforce development grant, and that gives them each a grand total of $2,500. That's my motion.
Do I have a second to that?
I second.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, I will call for the vote.
Even.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
One is 1 day, one is 5 weeks, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think of that.
This program is 5 weeks.
Yeah.
The other one is.
That's May 31st, I understand that. This one also has some pretty big sponsors, I think.
Yeah.
So I think anything we get is helping out.
Makes sense to me.
And
One day I'll do 1,000, or yeah.
My view is that, I mean, when we came up with this grant, we kind of funded it small to see what the community wanted to do, with the intentions of moving it forward to higher amounts, more funding in the future. I would be in the position of leaving it at the 500 at this time, and then once we see some feedback from the event, from the 500, maybe if it's a 5-week program, they present after their first week, showing that it's been a true benefit to the urban enterprise, that then we would consider additional funding at that point as a special grant, and that would be my opinion.
I like that idea, except I think they may have to do budgets, et cetera, ahead of time, so that may be, well, I think that conceptually makes a lot of sense, it might be impractical.
I'm sorry. Personally, for me, I think we should try to support as much as we can any event trying to contribute and better the city. I think we all sit up here with the common goal of want more for the city, want better. We shouldn't stifle or hinder people from moving forward with projects or programs to better the youth or better the city as a whole. I fully support giving additional funding to this event and the prior event that came before us, just in full support of the city, fully support the city. And that's just my take on it. And any more discussion?
I agree with y'all. I do have a motion on the table.
And we had a second, so I'll call for the vote. The motion was to approve
2,000.
Okay.
Right.
To approve $500. Approve the neighborhood beautification grant for $500, and then approve additional
We
$2,000.
already approved that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, just
Yeah.
the $2,000
Yes.
for. Okay, I'm sorry. Councilman Nelson.
Aye.
Ms. Willis.
Aye.
Mr. Collins.
Yes.
Mr. Clarendon. Aye. Mr. Euler.
For clarification, the 2,000 is for the 5 weeks?
And
For both.
for both. For both.
For both events?
Yeah.
Both events get $2,000 each.
To know.
Mr. Bruce.
I'll go aye on this.
Mr. Briscoe.
Absolutely.
Mr. Pollard. I vote aye as well. I think next on our agenda is the midnight basketball presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, the floor is you guys.
Okay. My name is Beverly McMartin. I'm a public administrator, and I also sit in the seat of the Economic Development Corporation on the Sustainability Commission here in Michigan City. On behalf of our Michigan City youth who have been a part of the Michigan City Leadership Academy and will be graduates, several of them have wanted to present Midnight Hoops, we are calling it. It's modeled after Midnight Basketball. And these young people are in the Vibrant Leadership Academy. They'll be graduating in a few days. And they have decided that they are going to form the Michigan City Youth Leadership Association. And this is Shalea Miller. She is who they have chosen as their youth coordinator. This is their first opportunity to come to a government agency and present a case as new leaders in our community. And so I will now turn it over to Ms. Miller.
Hi everyone, so I'm Shalea Miller. I represent a group of other young adults. We are all a part of the Vibrant program, and as she said, we will be graduating pretty soon. So we got inspired to do something with the youth, being that we are pretty much all in our 20s. We wanted to come up with something fun, but also a creative way to help the youth. So from the ages 13 to 25, we have created the Midnight Hoops program. So there's a catch. It's not all about basketball. We will also have a resource center as well, where they can go, and they have to go visit the resource center in order to play. So it'll be community resources. So just like how you guys said that you were interested in getting involved in the other two ladies that spoke, we would love for that as well. We are looking for all types of, from entrepreneurship to education, just letting the youth know that there's more out there, more opportunities out there. And also, a quick statistic, we are having the midnight basketball on Sunday nights, and it has, statistics have shown that the crime is reduced. So I know a lot of people think Fridays and Saturdays is the lit nights, but it's actually Sunday. So if everybody is in one space, you know, getting all this positive, you know, energy and environment, the crime rate will go down. So, yeah. And we also passed around the budget forms. So that is where we will be needing most of our support.
I'm sorry, I open up the floor for any comments or questions from the board. I'll start at Councilman Nelson.
Okay, this says Urban Development Corporation, so are they sponsoring y'all?
Oh, and so the first line of the Michigan City Midnight Hoops, please ignore that first line. They are not sponsoring the economic, are you saying the Economic Development Corporation?
Mm-hmm. It says the Michigan City Youth Leadership Academy of the Economic.
Yeah, no, they're not sponsoring us.
Okay.
They are graduates of that program.
Okay.
And so they didn't know exactly how to word this.
Yeah.
They're not being sponsored by the program, they're actually graduates of the leadership program.
Oh, the Leadership Academy.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Like this is their exit project. Like
Right, yeah, like we had.
Yeah.
Same one like we had when we graduated.
They got their wording a little twisted, but
I just wanted to clarify.
yeah.
This is a total for the event. This is a total for the event, right?
The total for the event,
It's a 5,700, right? Or
Yes.
yeah. And okay, and how many teams? How many teams you guys plan on having?
So we will not turn away any youth. So we are estimating about 10 teams, 6 to 10 players for each team. And it will be held at the YMCA.
I like what you guys trying to do. But like say 10 teams, right? And what if, I'm saying 10 teams, if each one of those boards even donated $500, that's like $5,000. Redevelopment, economic, UEA, and stuff like that. Being that you guys did graduate from that class, this is my thought on it. I actually like the event, and I just think it would be nice if we had sponsorship teams, like, you know, have a UEA team for 500 or.
We actually are, we're open to any business sponsored team. So your logo will be on the t-shirts, and you know, the name will be on the t-shirts as well.
And we are the first board you guys came to, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Do you have a set amount for the sponsorship of a team?
What is it? To think about it. 10 teams. Many different boards. Sponsor teams.
T-shirts, let me see.
Put a logo on it.
So on the budget form where it says donation needs, the $2,955.
I'm sorry, say it again.
On the budget form where it says donation needs, the $2,955.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. I see it now.
Where are you holding it at?
Um.
Oh, you said the YMCA?
Yeah.
No, we talking about the event.
The YMCA.
The YMCA has donated, the Y. That's a venue.
Yeah.
And the whole program, you see down here on August 10th where it says that the awards ceremony is to be announced. The whole program has stepped forward and is allowing the youth to have that award ceremony at the whole program. So some of this is ongoing.
Sure, yeah.
And occurring. We just got that information day before yesterday and this had already been printed.
Mr. Euler,
I have no questions.
I have no questions.
Mr. Briscoe.
I have no questions. Just remember midnight basketball when I was a kid. I loved it. And I'm glad to see us coming back.
Mr. Pollock.
One question, not for you. Do we know how much has come out of the neighborhood?
We have 1,500 left.
1,500 left.
Neighborhood beautification?
Then we have two.
We just approved the rest of the money for out of neighborhood beautification.
I thought we did 500.
Oh,
yeah.
We did 500 for 2 tonight.
Then 500 for.
So that drops us to 1,500. The other 2 we gave came out of the workforce, dropping that to 1,000. My math says there's 1,500.
1,500.
What's this
I went to Portage though, so my math doesn't always math.
Just a presentation.
I had a question. Okay, now I had a question about the t-shirts on there. You guys got 2 different things for the t-shirts, right? The first one says 26, then there's one under that says 1750. What are those? Like, say somebody sponsor the t-shirts. Like, say, what if we approved to sponsor the t-shirts? Would the UEA logo be on all the t-shirts?
Yeah.
New one.
If you sponsor the t-shirts on?
Yeah, like the UEA logo can be on it for like marketing purposes.
So you said
She said the entire t-shirt cost. We can only do up to 500.
That was my question. Did this apply as a neighborhood grant or is this just a presentation?
No, it's a presentation. So that's what I was trying to figure out, where we can allocate money. That's why I asked the question I asked.
Why would this? I'm confused.
It's just a presentation, just like Pastor Hurt did.
Yeah, that's okay. So it's up to the
We can
board.
approve up to any amount.
It's up to the board.
See, on the same token, the last 2 ladies, they should have did presentations instead of beautification.
I agree, but they didn't.
that was my hold up with it.
That comes back to not having the knowledge then. That ain't on them.
Well, then that's something that they know for next year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I hear any more questions for them? Do I hear any motions on the presentation?
Motion to approve 500.
I got a motion to approve for 500. Do I have a second? I got a motion to approve for 500. Do I have a second? Hearing none, that motion dies. Do I have any more motions pertaining to this item?
Motion to approve to do the t-shirts with a logo on it. What is this? 1750.
Second with a clarification, could we have our attorney draft up like a MOU, something that can be signed between our president and a designee from their organization?
Or why don't we just pay the vendor that creates the t-shirts directly, as opposed to giving money to them?
Yeah, because we might want to get a better deal with Repo. We gonna tell them what you're trying to do.
If we just purchase the t-shirts from them and donate it to them based on the amount they have, it saves adding an extra legal expense to it, and we know exactly that they're getting the product that we approved them for.
Like the MOU is pretty easy legal requirement.
That's just my input on it.
This might be unnecessary. Let's go get the shirts at a lower cost.
This is essentially, it just clarifies what our obligation of paying for the shirts and then what we get out of it. It would be the only, because I mean, they don't have anybody signed up at this current
set sizes yet. That's what you're saying. Yeah, that's what you're saying. But okay, so I get what you're saying. But what if we waited until they actually had the sign-ups? and got the sizes.
So essentially, we earmark the money for that, and then once they get the signs, get the exact amount that they needed. We do not exceed the 1750 that's approved here today. Once they get the exact amount of how many teams people they have, we go for it like that.
We're not just printing shirts. We're not printing 175 mediums.
I also second that. It was just a friendly amendment.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote on the approval of $1,750 to Michigan City Midnight Hoops for T-shirt design. For T-shirt purchases, excuse me. I'll start with Nick on the roll call.
Aye.
Mr. Briscoe.
Aye.
Mr. Bruce.
Aye.
Mr. Euler.
Aye.
Mr. Clarida.
Yes.
Mr. Conlon.
Yes.
Ms. Willis.
Yeah.
Councilman Nelson. I vote aye as well. Thank you, ladies, for coming out tonight.
Who's gonna design those shirts?
I actually talked to Rico Graphics, just to let you know, because I heard you guys bring them up.
Repo, yeah.
And they told me that they wouldn't be able to do them.
I talked to them.
I have some connections that I deal with all the time that I can reach out to come up with a design.
Yep, well, Kevin?
No, I
Repo, somebody else?
Connection. Yeah, I've got a couple of different connections.
Yeah, we buy thousands of t-shirts every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys do?
We get American-made
Yeah,
t-shirts for about $12 a piece. They need design you want on them.
Color too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad. Hey, don't we got
It's not local. There's no Michigan City that does that.
we got a new logo, right?
We have a new logo, we do.
You got the vector and everything?
We're good to run it.
Let's be doing the shirts.
Okay.
You want a shirt? Hey, can we get a shirt too? Y'all
Don't forget the game.
That's all, is that gonna be open to the public to come out?
Of course, yes, of course.
That's all I was when I was doing it. And I was doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got Marty Corley at the door, so.
Yeah, I said that. Last time.
All right, thank you, ladies, for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is all for I'm sorry. We have an update from the dumpster project. Had a meeting with the Director of Public Works and Chris Yagowski from the Sanitary District. The Mayor's Office, the city was sponsored as a pilot program for the dumpster project. We worked with them on finding a location. We found the ideal location. There's some in between on the property and who to reach out to for the property owner for the dumpster to be approved for that location. And so it's still in the works. I think the only thing the UEA will be responsible for is volunteers to sign in residents, to check residents' ID and have them sign in as they dump at the dumpster. It was the only thing that the UEA was actually going to be required to do. But I also thought on the bigger schemes of things, if it worked well, I know there was talk about maybe doing it again later in the summer. I would think we could kind of turn it to like a dumpster Saturday and add like a cleaning initiative to it where the UEA encompasses most of the city from the east to the west end. Try to get some volunteers, reach out to some other organizations, try to get a cleaning, just clean up the trash. I mean, trash, the city's littered with trash. Try to do that, work on that, but that's the update. I guess there's really no money required at all for the dumpster project, just volunteers are needed.
What are the locations?
The only location that they thought was ideal was Marquette. The Marquette Mall parking lot.
Actually, that was pretty good.
Yeah, the other locations that were brought up were like the airport.
That's too
far out.
That's what I thought as well.
And difficult to get in if you're not familiar.
I told them I've never even been to the airport. Didn't know we had one. But
So, just for my own clarification, so there would be a dumpster in Marquette Mall available to residents for them to transport all of their own garbage to it and dump it in there? What am
Yes.
That essentially.
LaPorta pretty much does the same thing also, but what the question is, what is going to be thrown in there though?
that was the other part that was the process. I mean, Christian Gessie was able to show some quotes that he was able to get. He was cheaper than what we had found before. Two separate dumpsters. One was strictly for metal products and no wood or anything could go inside of there. And then he listed two other ones that they thought to have out there. They didn't want to have compost out there.
Because the theory is when it comes to this is there's landlords here who own multiple properties.
That got brought up as well. That got brought up a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
How would you distinguish that? Though?
That was the other part that came.
They got random people picking up stuff and taking it.
That was
It's not like you ask for their ID or.
The proposal that he gave, it did include for a roll-off for metal, appliances, cardboard, and clean wood. So.
That was it for the dumpster project. I think the only other update was from the, I guess it kind of filtered away. So I know there was a committee that started for the brunch project, and as everybody knows, Sylvia's no longer with the board. I believe it was also, we all had one meeting. I believe it was me, Jim, at Fluid for the business brunch.
Oh.
I think it kind of just
it was a while ago.
got lost in translation. I know we spoke earlier about the quotes that she had found for Zorn, and we adjusted the agenda. We were talking about a budget for the event. I know speaking with Dan Bowich, he was happy to be the presenter and speak about the program at the event. He was fully forward, and he marked off his calendar that he was available for that day. But I turned over to Kenesha, she got the quotes and everything for it.
Okay. So as we mentioned earlier, I did include the quotes from the Barrel House. I was in contact with Shady Creek as well, but as much as I love that place, I think it's out of our budget. And I think this would be a really good option. I just wanted to make sure it was held at a company that is within the urban enterprise zone. And I would also like to include maybe some type of a drink package, like we're not partying, but they're gonna drink and food. So that would also be added to what you guys have.
You said a drink package?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be alcohol, but that's what they're calling it at Barrel House, like food and drink.
They gonna cater?
I think that we could find something more affordable outside of them as well.
Yeah. Well, I know Mr. Conley had volunteered. He wanted to be on board for that, and I believe help out with it. Try to help everybody to get the project moving along.
Cause you guys say you guys gonna talk to Rob, right?
Yeah.
So he gets a better price too.
Yeah.
So what were you asking of the board earlier?
To give like a set budget for the entire event.
So we're talking about food, venue.
And food.
MC. Well, he's the MC. Guys. Well, you're gonna have to have the equipment, Mike.
I spoke to her about that. She is sending me. She has like a contact at Barrel House. They have somebody.
They can set up like the PA equipment.
Yeah, and then she said they'll have like a projector.
Point for you.
Okay. So is that included or is that a separate cost to have that person?
The microphone may be like that equipment may be a separate cost, but they have the projector.
Okay.
So many people were thinking.
I'm sorry?
How many people were thinking?
We told her like 50 to 75.
75. So we're talking about food for all of them. Just saying just soda, just soft drinks. We're not talking about liquor. Right?
I mean, it doesn't, either or, it is a brewery.
$20 there, that's $1,500 plus you need $1,000 for the venue, so $2,500. So if you did like a not to exceed $3,000.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Bowditch, he has a list of all the businesses that currently operate in the UEA that don't participate. He suggested sending the top employers on that list some type of mailing or something to invite them to the event to get them to get them out there. So I think that cost should kind of be added in, whatever the postage cost would be to mail them out, or you can go at fast and send emails or whatever finds easy, cheaper means for it. He suggested that.
I like that. I think $3,000, not to exceed $3,000 would be plenty enough to get that going. I think it would.
So moved.
Yes, sir.
So I have a motion, you said 3,000, correct? Motion and a second. Do I have any more discussion? I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? I believe, I skipped it. With the loss of Sylvia to Greater Pastures, there is an open vacancy for the vice presidency of the board.
know, Mr. Euler has expressed interest in that, so I make a motion to nominate Dakota Euler as vice president.
Second.
Well, anyone on,
I nominate, Antonio Conley.
so do I have is it just nomination and call the name of who you want, or how we wanna do it?
How did we do it last time?
That's what I was kind of,
Flat. Never mind.
What's our bylaws
Don't go
say? An officer, right? They're an officer?
I believe, from what I'm familiar with, usually nominations need a motion to nominate and then a second. That person accepts the nomination. If there's more than one candidate, a majority of either member needs to receive a majority of the votes, essentially.
so I have a motion and a second for Mr. Euler, and you vote motion for Mr. Conley?
Correct.
Is there a second? And a second for Mr. Conley, so I will call each board member and they say who they select. Mr. Pollock. Mr. Pollock.
I make a motion for Dakota.
Mr. Briscoe.
Mr. Conley.
Mr.
Euler.
Mr. Euler.
Myself.
We should have switched. Mr. Claire.
It's second, that's okay.
Mr. Conley.
Mr. Conley.
Miss Willis.
Mr. Conley, I accept it.
Councilman Nelson.
Conley.
I select Conley.
And we got it by one.
Down to the
We
wire.
should have switched off.
Congrats.
Should have said me, I should have said
You
you.
ain't kind of me, man.
I swear.
I'll open up for public comment. Any public comment? Cameraman, any public comment? Hearing none, public comment is closed. I'll open up for director's comments.
Yeah, this right, Dakota brought this to my attention. I'm very concerned that there were some permits that were not pulled after we approved the projects. And you want to feel free to weigh in anytime you want to. I see that as fundamentally something we got to fix. And so I think that, and I'm just throwing this out, maybe we have Kamisha, before we actually disperse, Kamisha sees, she gets verification that a permit was actually pulled.
Yeah.
I will point out that Michigan City will sometimes allow the tradesman to yank a permit. And I don't know what to do about that.
What do you mean?
A tradesman can yank a permit?
I've never heard that.
What do you mean by that?
Our tradesman, after we paid him, he went in and he said, basically, we told the tradesman, you keep moving the target and what the terms of the contract are. So he went into Michigan City and he pulled the permit.
Oh, yeah, he could do that.
Okay, but the flaw is they didn't tell the property owner, so
Right.
that's a problem.
Oh, he didn't tell the property owner they didn't have to.
So,
They didn't tell the property owner that the tradesman had pulled the permit, had yanked the permit.
well, I guess wow. So, since Mr. Briscoe's here is from the planning department, I think it'd be easy to ask if.
Yeah.
I guess my only other question is, I guess if Mr. Euler found it, I don't understand why he didn't ask Kamisha or notify Kamisha what he found before the meeting. I feel like it would be more beneficial to her to learn in that process as to bring it to the middle of the meeting. But that's just my opinion on it, and that was just my director's comment on it.
I second that.
What project was it?
The sidewalk, the driveway.
So,
Mary's driveway.
Oh, that's been resolved.
Yeah,
DeMarco shut that down. The guy and
I knew it.
they got right back on it. And he had the permit, everything was resolved within days. And it
Sounds good to
was,
me.
So, like I said, going forward, when it happens, whenever you do have the people in play, the contractor, just, I guess since I'm not on the board, give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll give you all the specifics of the registered contractor, if they pull a permit or not.
perfect.
I just think it's important for everybody to know that the importance of the permit is to protect the homeowner.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
so, it's no offense to anybody on the board or anything that's been said, ultimately, the permitting process protects the homeowner, and that's what we want as a board.
Right. Because in Michigan City, you need permits for everything besides flooring and painting.
That's great, we have a system. That's what I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Any more director's comments?
My comment is, I appreciate you joining the board. And I also appreciate you abstaining from the votes, that there may be a conflict of interest, because I think that's something else that's very important. I think most of us live in Michigan City, we probably all have relatives. There's a good chance that some of our relatives may come in to request grants from this board. And I just hope that everybody keeps that in mind moving forward, that, you know, if it is a conflict of interest, please abstain.
Yep, I like that.
Appreciate it, thank you.
I have a few things. When are we going to go back and get that 60 grand from Solaire?
Yeah.
Because we giving all this money away, not gonna have money here soon.
Right.
So are we gonna go back and get the money from Solaire, the 60 grand?
Dan was supposed to be working on that, but I haven't spoken to him since our last meeting.
Honestly, Solaire doesn't have to participate in the program. They just chose not to. I know they're, if I'm not mistaken, I believe their tax abatement is getting ready to be up. So they might be looking at some other mechanism that they went about. That was just the general, what I consisted of it.
What if we can put a presentation together with people that we approved before this, with their homes and stuff, and actually got in front of them and showed them what their money's doing to the community and trying to get them to convince them to bring that money back for some money?
Dan definitely recommended and making sure we invited Solaire to lunch too. He showed a chart of when the UEA had a decline in participation from the businesses due to some prior issues. Want to make sure we invited them back out and show them that
totally different board.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different board. It's a different process to reel in some of the prior businesses that had went away. Anything else from you, board?
One more thing.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kind of like. So we also need to come up with some type of pitch for new businesses. To get new businesses to participate in this, because right now we don't have no new businesses to participate in.
That's what our meeting with Dan was about as well. He's supposed to give us that. Basically, I called it just like a flyer, something simple where they can see what it is, what their benefits would be, but he hasn't gotten back to me. It's been like 2 weeks, actually.
I think that's something that was important. We're trying to get some more money back into what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just giving away money right now, and in a minute, there's not gonna be nothing left.
I mean, yeah, especially, I don't know if everybody had a chance to view. We're going to bring in $60,000 this year. We budget to give out $100,000 next year. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Doge, but you have to Doge the UEA and in a minute, if we want to continue after Bruce giving out
that term was used like that. It doesn't. There's no self-admission to prove it.
One more last thing though. You know how we passing out these packets, right? What if we can get them a couple hours way ahead of time, so we all are almost on the same page. We know what's going on. Because it takes a lot of time passing those things around. Wastes like an hour and a half.
So honestly, I thought I sent him.
No, it's not to be true. No, it's not to be true. I'm just saying. I think as a group, as all of us, I think we could go a lot more.
You need to, because I did. That's the thing.
Even if we Zoom for 10 or 15 minutes and we going over it, that way we all on the same page.
Oh, okay.
Instead of trying to help rush through the stuff and passing it around, because
I did see that I overlooked an email. By the way, I said I didn't get it wrong. I overlooked an email.
I probably overlooked it too. She probably sent it. I probably overlooked it.
PowerPoint.
I think she sent out everything except their financial information.
Yeah. I
remember seeing the email with a whole bunch of pictures on it.
Yes.
But it wasn't like an attachment of this person.
Of the stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. It was like a
That's what I
PDF.
overlooked.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like each individual page.
I didn't put it in a folder this time. So.
Move to adjourn?
Yeah.
Motion in a second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes.